I'm Bet Yahweh in Baltimore, Maryland. Today's topic we'll be talking about is dual citizenship. Now when I say dual, I'm not talking about dual as in two of something. I'm talking about as duel, D-U-E-L, as in a fight between citizens. Okay. Now the word duel from Webster defines it as single combat, a premeditated combat between two persons for the purpose of deciding some private difference or quarrel. Okay? And the word citizenship, defined by Webster, is the state of being vested with the rights and privileges of a citizen. Okay? Our first passage from the scriptures comes from Matthew 6:24, and it reads, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon." And we're going to look at a couple definitions of some words. And the first word we're going to look at is the word hold. It comes from the Greek number 472, and that word is anteko ahi, and it means to hold oneself opposite to, that is, adhere to, by extension to care for. Okay, and that's the word hold. The word despise, that's also from the Greek, number 2706, and that word is kataphronio, and that means to think against, disesteem, despise. But that word comes from another word in the Greek, and that word is phronio, and that means to exercise the mind, that is, entertain or have a sentiment or an opinion. Okay. The question is, why would the Creator compare the word hold, as we defined it, as being adhered to? It's saying, it's really talking about a hug. If you listen to the definition, excuse me, to hold oneself opposite to, that is, adhere to, by extension to care for. So when you're hugging someone, that's what you're doing. You're holding yourself opposite of that person. You know, she's, in my case, she, my wife, I will hold her and don't want to let her go. I'm adhering to her, showing her affection, which is a physical thing. Okay. Now the other word, despise, that's a thought. You're despising somebody by your thoughts. Okay, it says to exercise your mind, to entertain a thought, form an opinion of. Okay, now the question is, why would the Creator compare a hug with thinking badly about somebody? He's comparing something spiritual to something, something physical to something spiritual. Okay, and let's look at this. He gives us the answer. 1 Corinthians 15:33. "Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners." Think about you and your significant other, whether it be husband, wife, son, daughter, whatever. If you think badly about that person, let's say you and your mate get into an argument. Right now, she's not looking pleasurable in your eye, or he's not looking pleasurable in your eye. You really don't want to hug them. You don't want to adhere to them. In a lot of cases, they might want to hug you, or after the argument's over, you tell them, "Whoa, step back. Don't feel like it right now." A lot of cases, they get this called the cold shoulder. And that happens when we think badly about someone. We don't want to be bothered with them. So the scriptures is telling us, you know, we can't serve two masters, because we'll love one and hate the other. Well, we love the Creator. We can't serve the enemy. We should be hating the enemy. You know, if we love what the Creator does for us, we should be hating what the enemy tries to do to us. Okay. Let's look at Romans 7:25. I thank God through Yahushua HaMashiach, our Master. So then with the mind, I myself serve the law of Yahweh, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Okay? Do you see what happened there? Okay? It's reversed. Paul in this verse is saying with his mind, he's doing this, serving the law of Yahweh. He's serving the Creator with his mind. He's thinking on him. He's dwelling on him constantly and learning from him. It's a spiritual thing. It's something that when we say a spiritual thing, it's dealing with your mind, because words are spiritual. Everything that proceeded forth out of your mouth is spiritual. You can't see it, but it's there. You know, you can't see these words that's coming out of my mouth, but you hear them and they're there. He's doing this now, where at one time it was opposite. Okay. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? When we look at this word together, it comes from Hebrews lexicon number 3162, and the word is yakad, and it means properly a unit. That is unitedly. Okay, and this word comes from another word pronounced the same way, yakad, and that word means to be or become one. Okay. Let's look at some scriptures to show the oneness that the Creator wants with us. Okay? John 12:26. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. But if any man serve me, him will my Father honor. All right, we are free will beings, okay? We have a choice for who we want to be united with, who we want to have this accord with, who we want to be unified with, okay? So either we will be unified with the Creator and do His bidding, follow His laws, His judges, His statutes, follow His voice, or we're going to do the opposite and follow the voice of the enemy. 1 Corinthians 15:31. I protest by your rejoicing, which I have in the Messiah Yahushua, our Master. I die daily. Okay? This is what the Master you choose will do to you. He has to kill you, basically. You have to die, so they can show forth. You know, when the scriptures talk about how, Paul wrote about how he dies daily and how it's not him, but the Messiah in him. He has to decrease. John the Baptist said this, I have to decrease so you may increase. Well, that's how it is for us when we choose this master. I'm going to stop right here. Pick up on the next part. Brother Duel from Bet Yahweh, Ben Shalom.